WUMS, University, Oxford.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the Roommate Podcast. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Jacey. I feel like it's only appropriate that we start off with a story time.
I'm scared. I don't really know.
You don't know what I'm going to say?
No.
Okay. So I might lose it. Last night Lucy and I, we were sitting in bed as we do every single night, and I was just kind of looking at my phone, you know, and then all of a sudden I hear and I was thinking, oh, she's having some allergies, like she needs a little Kleenex, you know. And I look over, this girl is sobbing. She was sobbing. And I said, are you okay? And please inform us what you were crying your eyes out about.
It sounds really dramatic when you say it like that. I mean, yes, it
was dramatic.
It was dramatic, but y'all just don't understand. I am a foodie. Like, I'm a girl who loves food. And so it's like 11 p.m. and I just started thinking about the sushi that I ate the other day. And it was the first time I had ever had sushi. And I got it on campus, and I went to the Grove, and I ate my sushi. And that was the best dang sushi, and the only sushi, that I've ever had.
It's just so funny because I used to beg you to go eat sushi with me when we lived back in our hometown, and you just never would.
Something in me just craved it so badly. My mouth just started watering when I was thinking about it. And yeah, I got a little bit emotional over it because I wanted some sushi.
Did you know I secretly videoed you?
Oh, well, this is awkward.
Man, that was funny. Thanksgiving is upon us. It is so
Speaking of food.
Yeah, speaking of food, Thanksgiving is in a few days. And today we're going to bring it down, mellow the vibe out a little bit, and we're just going to speak about some things that we're thankful for.
Yeah.
And one thing that Lucy and I just kind of never explained was how we met each other.
Yes, because it is a season of gratitude.
Of gratitude and thankfulness.
Yes, let's be thankful for our besties.
Yes, and our co-hosts, and our roommates, and our ex-coworkers. That's another story within itself.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What are some things that you're excited for fall break, Lucy?
I am ready for a break from academics.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all, it is a struggle every single day. And I know it's a privilege to come to university, get an education, you know, all the good things. But sometimes we just need a break.
Yeah, that's so realistic.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm also excited to see my siblings, you know, my parents, because I haven't seen them in a few weeks because I try not to go home too often. And I really, really miss Carla. That's
I don't
my
think
cat.
Yeah, I don't think they know who Carla is.
Yeah.
Carla
I've
terrifies me.
I've mentioned her in previous episodes.
Oh, yeah, you have, I guess.
Carla, let's just say we're all living in Carla's world.
Yeah, that's true. It is Carla's world.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I'm very excited for you to have a break.
Yeah,
soon.
How are you feeling about this Thanksgiving break?
You know, at first I was kind of sad that I wouldn't be here for a week.
Same.
But each day I'm becoming more and more grateful for this week-long break because I'm tired. I'm so tired, and the caffeine just doesn't really help me right now. I mean, I had Shadrack's earlier, so I am feeling a little bit buzzy, but I'm tired. Physically, mentally, I can't sit down and do my schoolwork. I just want to look on Pinterest, really.
I feel that.
And watch television. That's all we've been doing. We've been watching so much TV, it's bad.
Yeah, I come in the room and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to read my book. I'm going to be so productive. And then Jacey's watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll save this for later.
It just pulls you in.
Yes,
so we were talking about this
intriguing.
last night with some friends. I mean, I can't even describe to you like the appeal. It's just so stupid and crazy, then it pulls us in.
It's
I
so bad,
think.
it's good.
So we get our hot chips from Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's Takis for the win.
Yes. And we sit in bed and we just watch it. And that's been our evening for the past few days.
Yeah.
I'm excited for a break as well, Lucy. I'm also excited for time with my family. Shout out to my fam and my mom and my dad specifically. I'm ready for relaxation time.
Yeah.
If I remember how to, that is. I
Real.
feel like in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, oh, I have an assignment to do. I have this thing to write, you know.
You feel so guilty when you're not doing anything
Yeah.
school-related.
And I think I just have this paranoia in the back of my head now. Even when we're sitting down watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I'm like, man, I could be so productive right
Yeah.
now, but I'm just not. And I know when it's time for me to actually relax, I'm going to be like, ooh, well, let me just go ahead and get ahead of studying for my finals.
Yeah.
I know it's just
Right.
going to be like that. I might as well just leave my backpack here and force myself to relax. Yeah, I'm so excited to give my brain a break before finals. I think we need that leisure time
Yeah.
before really diving in deep to
Definitely.
final season, which I'm nervous for. It's our first final season.
Ugh.
We'll be okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah, when midterms came around, I didn't even know I was taking my midterms
Same.
until after I took the test. Everybody's like, "Oh, here's your midterm grades." I'm like, "Since when? Since when were our midterms posted?"
Yeah, nobody told us it was midterms, and we just took our midterms, which I really enjoyed actually because
Yeah.
I thought it was when we took our midterms, I thought it was going to be 2 weeks more before we took them,
yeah.
and then I got an email saying, "Hey, Jacey, your midterm grades are available to view," and I'm like, "What?" Okay, well, let me go treat myself because I got
People-
this far.
Yeah, people just make it seem way more daunting than it actually is.
Honestly, yeah, and I'm hoping it's that way with final season 2.
Yeah,
We'll just see. We'll be fine.
yeah,
I think we just need to say we'll be fine over and over again.
yeah. We need to, as the kids say, lock in.
Yes. Hey, you have taken my my saying.
I have.
And isn't it so fun to
It
say?
is.
So, in the season of thankfulness, I think that it is appropriate to say one thing that we are thankful for our roommates.
Ooh.
Did that make sense at all?
So, like, I don't know.
One thing that we're I guess thankful's not the word. I guess grateful's the word. Something we're thankful for to the other.
Okay,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can go first.
Well, I feel like you gave the example, so you should go first.
Well, okay. Lucy, I am thankful that you are so mindful. I think
Oh.
you know that I have my certain ways,
Yeah.
and as we discussed in last week's episode, I'm type A. And I like to have my neat little space, and
Yeah.
I like that you you just remember that, you know?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
One thing that I am thankful for, like, almost a characteristic I've noticed in you is that you hold me accountable. You
Thank
tell me
you.
things that I need to hear and not things that I want to hear. And so whether that means I'm just in a little slump or I'm truly going through something, you don't just feed into my delusions like a lot of other people do. You are not afraid to tell me when I'm messing up, and that really puts things into perspective for me.
I'm glad that you said that. I appreciate that.
Because in the moment, I know I'm not going to want to hear it in the moment.
Well, no
But
one does.
Yeah, when I look back, I'm like, man, I'm really glad that she said that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That is something that we're gonna talk about today, like the transition from being best friends into roommates.
Yeah.
You know, I think we did think, oh, this is just gonna be so much fun all the time, a sleepover every night. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a blast, but it's also, you know, we've had our difficult moments of adjusting to being co-living,
Yeah.
essentially. So, yeah, I mean, thank you. I think that was a good a good segment we put
Yeah.
into this show. Yeah, what I mean with the mindfulness, I have this thing, which I don't even know if I should say it,
Just say it.
the toilet seat thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
As I've said, literally every episode, I'm OCD, and I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, and I'm a person who likes the toilet seat to be closed at all times.
Yeah,
And
when your butt's not on that toilet, the seat better be closed.
that is
because
so
Jacey's coming
true.
for y'all.
Yeah, I'm a coming. Yeah, so actually I taught you that years prior
Yeah.
to us even thinking of living together, but yeah, that's just an example.
It's second nature now. Every time I go to somebody's house or I go to my own house, I'm like, oh, let me close the toilet seat.
You think I'm going to come after you?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just a habit now.
and that is wonderful. I'm so grateful for that. The fact that I could convert you, I'm so grateful for that. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
What is something that you have implemented into your life to help you through first semester?
Ooh. Okay. This is sort of a broad thing, and I don't really have a specific example, but I feel like, and I think I've mentioned this in previous episodes, but I feel like I've done extremely well about stepping out of my comfort zone when it comes to my routines in college.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as I've mentioned before, when I lived at home, I was a very routinely person, you know, in bed at a certain time every night, wake up a certain time every morning. I would do the same exact things at the same exact times every single day, to the point where I was almost depressed about it.
Yeah.
And so I've just noticed that since I've been here, I've been better about just kind of going with the flow and seeing where the day takes me. And I really think that that has helped soothe a lot of my anxiety about adulting.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is helpful to accept finally that
Yeah.
you can't plan out every single thing, which is
Right.
something that you and I both used to be really bad about. It's like,
Yeah.
we need to know, still I do have those tendencies. For example, when I go to a restaurant, I need to know what's on the menu before I go, and I need to decide what I want before I go.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty, like, that's not.
Yeah, because you don't want to stand there for 10 minutes staring at the menu while everybody's waiting on
Yeah,
you.
and I need to know how much it's going to be so I can count
Yeah.
out my change. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think mine's a lot less retrospective than that. Something I'm thankful that I've implemented into my life for first semester is Quizlet.
Ooh.
Guys, coming to college, I did not know how to study.
Same.
I didn't know how to study in high school. I don't know if that's a thing that's supposed to be taught or just innately learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea how to study or how to go about it, or I didn't know how to fit that into my mind. And obviously, coming to college, you need to know how to study, and so quickly I had to cling on to Quizlet.
Yeah.
Quizlet is what I chose to cling on to, and yeah, I think that I kind of romanticized studying. I pretended like I was Rory Gilmore for a while. Not pretended. Well, I just wanted to feel as productive as Rory
Yeah.
Gilmore.
I think a lot of people struggle with the whole not knowing how to study.
Yeah,
Especially if you came from a high school where you didn't really have to put forth that much effort
Yeah,
in order
exactly.
to get good grades.
I feel
Because-
like the
yeah.
people who went to private school
Yeah.
or people, you know, who were top of their class always in honors and stuff, I feel
Mhm.
like they did know how to study coming into college,
Yeah.
but we went to public school and
Yeah.
we just didn't know how.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is something that I am thankful for.
Love that.
For implementing in this semester. So, previously I mentioned that we've never even addressed how we met. We just
Yeah.
kind of came into this expecting everyone to be like, okay, yeah, they're best friends, they're roommates, and they have a podcast. And we just never explained our origin story.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of a long one, which is why the majority of this episode is us explaining and probably over-explaining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how we met. So, I feel like we can just interject as we tell the story.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because you're drawing over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I feel my creative juices flowing.
Wonderful.
Thank
That's
you.
great. So, Lucy and I were both dancers growing up, and we met at the same dance studio when we were probably 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
We were talking about this last night. We don't really remember how we met. We just remember that the other one
Was always there.
was always there. Yeah, we just kind of appeared in each other's life. I don't think that there were any formalities.
Yeah.
We just existed. We coexisted.
Man, that's such an accurate description.
I genuinely cannot remember a time where we met.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, my name is Jacey.
Yeah, it was never like that. So we just coexisted, and we started going to each other's birthday parties every year, and we were just friends, you know, just good old pals. And there's this one memory that Lucy has that I cannot remember. I don't recall it whatsoever.
So, how old do you think we were? Maybe like 5th grade?
Was this around the time I got slapped?
Yes. Okay, that's another story. Okay, I'm actually going to tell both of those stories.
Yeah,
because they just have to be told.
They do.
So I'm going to tell the one where you get slapped first. So at my 5th grade birthday party, I invited all of the girls in my grade from my school. And Jacey was like one of the only ones that, you know, okay, whatever, anyway.
I didn't go to her school.
Yeah, that's aside the point. So I invited a few of them to spend the night with me after the actual party.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, I don't know if I should name drop.
Don't name drop.
Okay.
No.
So
call her Susie.
We act like we still are.
Just call her Susie or something.
Okay. So Susie had told us that she was going to take a nap in my bed, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
And that whenever her boyfriend texted her, she wanted us to wake her up.
She wanted me to wake her up. And I don't know why she asked me, because I didn't really even know Susie. Susie was taking a nap in Lucy's bed, and I'm just like, okay, Susie, I'll wake you up when your boyfriend calls.
Yeah.
Or text. It was a text.
And so
I sat there looking at her phone. I was very loyal to Susie, mind you.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just had to interject.
So time goes past. Susie's boyfriend texts her, right?
He does?
Yeah. Jacey starts shaking Susie.
Yeah.
She's trying to wake her up. You know, her boyfriend texted her. Susie turns around and slaps Jacey across the face.
This is true.
And we are all just sitting there with our mouths open, stunned.
And it wasn't a little.
Yeah, it was
pat,
like,
pat.
what, pow. And everybody's like, And so, anyway, long story short, that made the whole sleepover super awkward. We had to tell my mom. It was this whole thing. Anyway, that is the story of Jacey being slapped.
Yeah, we all went downstairs like a congregation. We sat on the couch, and Lucy was like, Mom, Susie, I almost actually said her real name. She was like, Mom, Susie slapped Jacey. And nobody knew what to do. The adults didn't know how to handle the situation. Yeah. We just kind of sat on the couch talking it out. And I was like, I'm fine. My face is stinging. I want to cry. I'm fine. Like, it didn't even hurt that bad. I have whiplash. You know, man. Yeah, that needed to be told. I'm glad that's out in the open.
Yeah, and so the next story is when, I would say this was after that.
Do you think it was the same day?
No. This was a day that we had a separate play date. It was just the two of us.
See, we go so far back, we used to have play dates.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, let me gather my thoughts.
Wonderful. We do actually have a commercial coming up, so maybe we should just sing the chicken noodle soup song until...
Good idea.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle, chicken noodle, chicken noodle soup.
Man, now I want some chicken noodle soup.
You have some in the fridge.
And some sushi. Now
I don't
you're
think
gonna
they're
make me cry again.
Oh gosh. Use this paper crane to wipe your tears. Why
Let me
is that
gather
in
myself.
here? You good?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we do have a commercial break coming up, so we will be right back.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
Crisis is completely self-defined. If you're wondering if you should call, you should probably call.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills, talk about resources, and ways to move forward beyond the call.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
This message is brought to you by Contact the Crisis Line, Contact Helpline, Mississippi Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
All right, we're back.
Okay, so this next story, it's not necessarily a story, but I just remember when we were young and we had a play date, and it was a super fun play date, and my mom got us some French fries from the Junction, and we sat on my mom's bed and we watched Netflix and we ate French fries.
What did we watch on Netflix?
I don't even remember. I know it happened. I remember it.
I believe you. I have no recollection of that whatsoever.
And then did you get homesick? Because your mom came and picked you up so early while we were eating our fries. And I'm like, oh man, she's already going home? Does she hate me this much?
No way. Yeah, as we also talked about last episode, I'm an only child. I'm very close to my family. And so when I was anywhere without my parents as a young child, I would just want to go home. There's this show with a pig I used to watch as a young child.
Was it Peppa Pig?
It was Olivia the pig.
OMG, I love Olivia.
Really?
Yes.
She had this movie.
Okay, sorry.
Here you go singing again. What was I going to say? She had this movie I would watch, and there's this one where she switched lives with the princess, and she had this song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, it's just so funny the way you remember this.
I still sing it to myself sometimes. She had this song when she switched lives with the princess, and she was thinking about her family back home, and she went, I just want to go home. I still sing that song to myself probably 3 times a week. I'm so serious. Anyway, that was what would go on in my head when I felt homesick.
Gotcha. So it was nothing personal.
It was nothing personal, and I think if it was, then we wouldn't be sitting here today with the podcast. Anyway, yeah, I have a memory of going to your house and using all of your mom's creamer in the coffee.
That was the morning
That
after
was the morning after I got slapped. Yeah. Man, and it was so good. And I got in the car when my mom picked me up, and I was like, I like coffee now.
Yeah,
it was pure milk.
We all fixed ourselves coffee, and we thought we were so grown. I looked down, everybody's coffee was like practically white from the creamer.
Yeah, it was. And now we take our coffee nearly black because we're tired.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we met when we were mere babies. And when was this? It feels like yesterday and forever ago.
I feel like we have a lot of stories, and I don't want to get off track, but do you think we should tell the story of the time we came shopping in Oxford together a few years ago and we walked into the wrong vehicle?
You know what, Lucy? That was 2 years ago yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
It deserves its own spot on the podcast.
I think first we should actually tell how we became best friends and not just friends. So I mentioned that we had danced all of our life, and when I was 15, I was so burnt out on it that I quit. I quit dancing, which was a big thing for me because that was like my whole personality was dancing, yada yada yada. But I quit, and I didn't know this at the time, but Lucy didn't have the text message app on her phone.
Yeah.
So I remember I was texting her. I was like, I'm not going to dance anymore, and then she never responded.
Yeah, guys, not gonna lie, middle school was kind of a rocky time, but we're good now. We're good.
And then a few weeks later, I was thinking about her, and I was like, hey, are you okay? Just thinking about you. And she never responded. Years go by, and I'm like, maybe she got a new phone. I don't know, maybe she doesn't remember who I was. And, no, I wasn't 15 when I quit. I was 15 when I went back. When I quit, I was 12 or 13. So when I was 15, I decided to go back. And I went to Lucy's dance recital, and I was going to try to see her after I saw her mom, but I didn't see Lucy there, and I was like, oh, well, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Let's go eat. But I decided to go back to dance, and Lucy and I were good enough friends that I didn't want to just go back to dance without saying anything.
Yeah, that would be really awkward.
Because I had heard that the older girl class that we were going to be in was really tight-knit, and I didn't want to ruin anything.
Yeah.
So I asked my mom to text Lucy's mom and ask for her phone number. And her mom sends the number, and it's Lucy's number that I've been texting all this time. All this time. And I'm like, what? Why didn't she answer me? This is so weird. So we've probably said before, we both had really bad social anxiety growing up. So for me to call Lucy Ray on the phone.
The most awkward person you will ever interact with.
Yeah.
At that time.
The fact that I called her on the phone was really a big feat for me and for Lucy.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. I worked myself up. I was like, you can do this. You can phone an old friend. You can talk on the phone. I went outside. This is how big a deal it was. I went outside and I started pacing. I clicked the call button and it rang. And it rang and it rang some more. And she didn't answer. And so I think the next day or the day after next, I was like, all right, let me try to call her again. So I called her again.
The way you waited a whole day to call me again.
That shows how anxious I was. Yeah. I called her a few days later, and she answered, and I think I said hello, or I think maybe you said hello, and then you hung up.
Yeah, I said hello, and then what did you say?
I think maybe I said hello, and then you hung up on me.
Yeah.
And then I called you back,
So
and
I
you
was
were
like, man, who's calling me? This is kind of weird.
Yeah, and then you answered, and you were like, hello? And I was so professional with it. I said, hey, Lucy Neal, this is Jacey from dance. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm actually coming back, and I wanted to know if you would want to come over to my house for a little swim day. And Lucy was so formal, too. And she was like, well, hello. It is so good to hear from you. How exciting. And she said, yes, I would love to do that. And so we haven't seen each other in years. And all of a sudden, this girl's coming over to my house. And so she comes over to my house, and we haven't shut up since.
Yeah.
I think we sat. I was like, okay, we're going to get our bathing suits on. We're going to go swim. We sat in my room and talked for maybe 3 hours, catching up on all the things that we'd missed. And I remember my mom coming home. She was like, so how's it going? Because she knew that I was socially awkward and I was not really that good at talking to people back then. And I was like, we're the same person. We agree on everything. And yeah, that's basically...
here we are.
Yeah, the rest is, as they say, history.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is...
We're definitely not still the same person.
We're not, but it's cool to see us evolve, I think.
Yeah.
It's so weird that, man, that wasn't even that long ago, but we're different. We're so different now. Yeah. We're not different people, but, I mean, yeah. I mean, we're the same at the core, but obviously things have changed.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. What was your thought process through all of that?
Honestly, I'm going to be extremely vulnerable here for a sec.
Okay.
When I was younger, my confidence was just absolutely terrible. And it was to the point where I genuinely thought that people did not want to be friends with me because I was so socially awkward. And so you reaching out to me it made me extremely nervous because I was kind of thinking to myself, like my anxiety, my head was just always clouded with all of this anxiety.
Yeah.
And insecurity, and I'm just thinking, man, is she reaching out to me because she genuinely wants to rebuild a friendship with me? Or, like, did my mom call her mom? Like, no. I'm just confused here. But I really did feel like we had that connection and that bond after we hung out for the first time in so many years.
Yeah, it was really we'd known each other since we were little, and we just we just clicked.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah. I've never connected with a friend like that before, you know. But yeah, we went from friends to best friends to at one point coworkers,
Yeah.
and then we went from that back to best friends because we no longer worked at the same establishment anymore, and then we went to roommates, and then we went to co-hosts,
And here we are.
and here we are. Crazy.
Man.
We filled a lot of roles. The way I said that, it made me think of dinner rolls. Should we go have dinner or something?
Maybe so. Man, I'm just really craving some sushi.
I know you are. I mean, there are other places in Oxford to get sushi, though.
Yeah.
Would you like to try them out?
Maybe.
Okay.
You know, I mean, okay, yes. Sorry, I'm trying to be better about change.
Okay.
Yeah. As I've mentioned before.
So sushi later?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Lucy brought up this story. This is so crazy that this was to the day yesterday, 2 years ago.
Oh.
This is kind of how our friendship went from our hometown to expanding in Oxford, I'd say. So
How old were we? Like 16?
we were 16. We were fresh drivers, and we felt so grown. We did. We
Why-
felt on top of the world.
Why my mom let me drive her car all the way to Oxford, I have no idea.
Why my mom let me go with you, I have no idea. So I didn't know, or no, this wasn't, oh my gosh, I'm so confused. This wasn't the one that was 2 years ago yesterday. The one I'm thinking of was 2 years ago yesterday.
What are you thinking?
I'm
of?
thinking of how I decided to come to school here.
Oh, gotcha.
So, basically, Lucy was born and bred Ole Miss. She
Yeah.
always knew that she was going to come to school here. And when I was at the ripe age of 15, I was really freaking out because I did not know where I wanted to go to college.
Yeah.
And so, or maybe I was 16. See, I think I have a good memory until I began to think.
It's okay, we're getting old.
You know what? We are.
Yeah.
Because next month is my birthday.
You have been alive for almost 2 decades.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's true. Been a minute. Feel like a rock.
A rock.
Yeah. So basically, I kind of expressed interest in Ole Miss because I was driving home one day and I was thinking about college and I was like, well, I've never even considered or looked into Ole Miss, so
Yeah.
maybe I should do that. And so I looked into it, and at the time I was not a journalism major, which was another story within itself that I'm not going to tell today. Gosh, we have so many stories.
Oh no.
So, Lucy was like, hey, my family and I are going to the football game, November something.
Yeah.
If you want to come, we'll get you a ticket. So I was like, okay. And, I was actually sick when we went, and I ate blueberries, and it healed me. Do you remember those blueberries?
I don't.
Well, I don't remember the french fries, so it's okay. Yeah, so we came to Oxford, and when I was walking on campus, I just knew that I was going to come to school here. So if it weren't for Lucy, I don't know if I'd be at Ole Miss right now.
Man, I should be a recruiter.
You should. You have recruited a lot of people here.
I have.
You really have. Yeah, and that was 2 years ago yesterday. I decided to come to Ole Miss officially.
We should throw a party.
Well, I don't really have time for a party.
You're right. I need to study for my math test.
Me too.
Whew.
Okay, now you tell the story.
So, little backstory. My mom let me bring her car up to Oxford, all the way from Philadelphia. Me and Jacey came up here to have a little shopping day.
Mhm.
So, what store was it? I don't even...
It was an antique store. I don't know where
Yeah.
it was. Somewhere by Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. And so we go in the store, we're shopping around, we come back out. There's this car in the parking lot that looks exactly like my mom's car, right? It's parked pretty near it. So we just didn't even think about it. We open the doors to this car. We get in the car. We look around. We're like, oh, wait. this is not our car. So we get out and, like, slam the doors, and we're both just kind of panicking. Like, what in the world?
We were still kind of socially awkward at this point. We thought we were going to go to jail.
Yeah, we were thinking worst case scenario here.
We'll finish this right in a second.
Hey y'all, my name is Paul Winfield, and I'm the host of Reverb, a podcast about how we associate memories with music. Please join me on Mondays at 12 p.m. See you then.
Why did I say right in a second? Why did I say that? I think I panicked a little.
Yeah, it's okay.
Which is nice that I'm comfortable enough on this podcast now to admit that I was panicking.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got in the wrong car.
Yeah, and we were just, man, that really shook us.
I just remember we opened the car door. I saw an energy drink, which we did not drink, and I saw a Lululemon jacket, which I could not afford to buy. And I remember I quickly looked up. Lucy and I made eye contact, and we were like, this is not our car.
Yeah, but to be fair, why is your car unlocked in the parking lot?
In a college town.
Yeah, what the heck, man? Like, how are we
Is
supposed
that really
to
on
know?
us?
Yeah.
Is that really on us for being confused?
Man, we really need to stop feeding into each other's delusions.
You just said a second ago we don't do that.
Well, sometimes we do.
We do, but we don't.
Yeah. When it comes to really important stuff, I will say we're good about not doing that.
Yeah, but when it's just like, man, should I go get some sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're enablers of that.
Or man, did I really hit that curb? The curb was in my way. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. It has. It's been a long time that we've known each other, and we've talked about this podcast for such a long time, and I'm thankful. You see what I did there? Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. So I'm thankful that we have this podcast now. It's crazy that we actually have it.
Yeah, I remember when we would sit on the floor in your kitchen and we would just talk and
For
talk
hours.
and talk for literally hours, and then at the end we'd be like, man,
We need a podcast.
yeah, we would sound really good on a podcast. The right people would listen to us.
Yeah, that's what you said every single time. And then we'd just be like, yeah. Who wouldn't want to listen to
Yeah.
us? So here we are. We kind of applied to do this thinking nothing of it.
Yeah.
We were like, I mean, we've talked about this for years. Nothing will come of it.
Right.
You know, we'll just do it for fun. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we probably won't.
And here we are.
And here we are. And it's crazy, and it still blows my mind.
yeah.
Man.
That's why you should just go for it.
Yeah, this is your sign to just go for it.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. I know you had a special shout out that you wanted to give today, Lucy.
OMG. So, man,
How do you even explain
I don't
this?
even know. There is no way to explain it. Man,
Just give her the shout out.
my shout out today goes to Kelly. And if y'all don't know who Kelly is, then you need to know who Kelly is. Because I think that Kelly is the funniest person I have ever met.
She is hilarious.
Everything that comes, I genuinely cannot even take her seriously when she is serious, because everything that comes out of her mouth is so funny to the point I'm literally crying real tears every time I'm in Kelly's presence because she's so funny.
Man, that's just too good. We were talking about her the other day. And if you don't know who we're talking about, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I really feel for you.
Yeah.
We were talking about her the other day, and which she's probably creeped out about. Like, why are we talking about her?
I did tell her that story, and she was in fact not creeped out.
Okay.
She said she felt honored.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if she feels honored to be on our podcast. We'll have to tell her tonight.
Yeah,
Hey,
I think I will tell
listen.
her tonight. Kelly, go listen to this week's episode because you have a shout out.
Well, if you're listening to this, Kelly, then she already knows that she has the shout out. Oh. I kind of gave a shout out earlier to my mom and my dad. Love you guys. Love my fam.
Shout out to Laura and Jamie.
I also need to give a shout out to my grand though, because let me paint the picture for
Well,
you.
there you go.
Yesterday I I needed to be up. I needed to be ready. I needed to be on my way to class. Not on my way to class, but I needed to get my stuff together. And I just couldn't. I was just laying in bed, and then my gran, who's my grandmother, she sent me a picture of her caramel coffee. And you know what? I got out of bed. That inspired me to get out of bed.
That's so inspiring.
And to make my own coffee, which I then sent her a picture of, and it just made my day better. So shout out Gran for helping me make my class energized.
Love that. I also need to give a shout out to Brady again because funny story.
Oh yeah, we need to say this.
Yeah, funny story. Last week,
it's not that funny.
My family was in the car listening to the podcast live, and the exact moment I gave a shout out to my brother for him to hear, it cut out, and I was like, man.
Wait, I sounded so rude just now. I said it's not that funny. That is not what I thought you were gonna say. So what is not funny in my opinion? So there's something with our software here at Rebel Radio, and apparently our mics did not compute to the files that I get to upload our podcast to YouTube. So when I said last week on our podcast, hey, I'm going to have this episode up on YouTube probably later today, I wasn't lying, but there's absolutely no way that I can access that file.
Yeah.
So
we do apologize.
That was just a limited edition episode. If you were there for it, you were there for it. And I'm so sorry that I can't do anything. There's nothing in my power that I can ever do to retrieve that.
I'm so glad you cleared that up so people don't think we're liars.
Yeah, I don't want to come across as a liar. Yeah. This is really important to me. I can't get it.
That's awesome.
So I really hope that this episode makes it to YouTube. And if you're listening on YouTube right now, then hurrah.
Yeah, shout out to you. You know what? Everybody gets a shout out.
Everybody in America gets a shout out right now. Yeah. We just kind of maybe need to go get some sushi. I think we have too much energy. I think the Shadrex is hitting us.
I feel not real right now.
Then you probably need some sustenance.
Yeah, I've barely eaten today. I did have a Shadrex for the first time in probably a few
long
months.
time.
Yeah. You know what? We're just pushing through. Today is one of those days where we just do the best we can, and that's okay.
And that is okay.
Thank you.
You know what we say to that?
Heaven, yeah.
Heaven, yeah.
Heaven, yeah.
To close us out, I want to say some things that I'm thankful for from 2025.
All right.
Because this is the only Thanksgiving we get in 2025, so I want to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I am thankful, and I am not trying to kiss up to my school, but I am thankful for Ole Miss.
Well, there you go.
Thank you to the University of Mississippi.
I love that.
Love you guys. I'm also thankful, on a more serious note, that I took a chance on believing in myself this year. The fact that we're here doing this podcast is proof in the pudding.
I love that.
Is that the saying, proof in the pudding?
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. I'm working hard. Well, maybe not right now. I'm really tired. Most of the time, I'm working hard, and I've curated a life here for myself in Oxford, Mississippi. And I'm thankful for that.
Wonderful.
Do you have any notes?
I would say I'm thankful for having stepped out of my comfort zone this year.
Absolutely.
I definitely think that and I do think that consistency is important, but I feel like every single month this year in 2025 has looked completely different for me. You know, some being
so true.
Some being really good, some being really not good, but I feel like every single week has contributed to me growing as a person.
Yeah.
And nothing has looked the same in 2025.
Yep.
And I really think that, you know, as I have stated, I am a religious person, and I think that is God trying to show me that it's okay. It's okay to have change. You know, like change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. And I used to be so against it, and I think that, you know, I think that he has just taught me to really embrace it. And I feel like I have done really, really well with that this year.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
We actually do have an episode on that. It's one of our first, and that one is actually on YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wish for everyone to have the best Thanksgiving ever. Make this one the best in If you're almost 2 decades old like me, make it the best. Well, I don't need to say that. I'm not almost 20.
You're almost 20.
Well, yeah, almost. It's like, did you ever watch that Friends episode where Phoebe's going around and saying Happy Christmas Eve? It's like, it's the Eve to my 20th.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense.
But not today, because today is not my birthday eve. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. That was really confusing.
Well, it is almost your birthday.
Yeah. We'll talk about that another day.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. Once
Please
again,
eat so much chicken noodle
yes,
soup for
please.
me.
And sushi.
Yeah, and
if you
sushi.
and some fries.
Yeah.
And some coffee. Seriously, we hope this break coming up is restorative for everyone, and let's come back strong. Dead week. Studying for finals. Follow us on Instagram at theroommate.pod. Yes, it has 2 O's. And yes, it has 2 M's. And yes, we now post Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
And we'll do another one soon. Because the
Please
other
go blow
one
them up so
was
we can be
famous. Yeah. Because we need some money for chicken noodle soup and sushi and fries and coffee. We probably won't get sushi right now. We'll probably go lay in the bed and watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But we will see you week after next, because obviously next week we will be busy stuffing our faces. Thank you, as always, so much for listening, and we will talk to you dead week. So crazy.
Bye.
Bye.